Girls on Games podcast. This is podcast number 26, a very special episode, a pre-Montreal Comiccon episode, and we've got lots of info on everything that is Montreal Comiccon coming up for you here today. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to my wonderful guests and panel. I've got my co-founder and co-editor-in-chief, Miss Catherine Smith-Debian. Hi, Kat.
Hello.
I've got our technical producer, podcast producer extraordinaire, Mr. Simon. How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good.
And special guest from Comic-Con himself, Dan, who is the director of Procurement. Now, Dan, you're going to have to explain to everybody what exactly that is.
Yeah, I really, it's a made-up title. It really is. It was just a fancy word that we thought would sound cool when we put it on a business card. I mean, really, in the end, yeah, I get stuff. That's what I do. It's just a catch-all position.
I'm sure it sounds good on your CV also.
Yeah, I've gotten job offers based on it.
Nice. So you get things and places and people, correct?
Yes.
Nice, nice. So Dan's going to be able to fill us in on all the fun stuff that's happening this year at Montreal Comiccon, and it's going to be awesome because this year is a big year for video games at the Montreal Comiccon. But before we get started into all that and hot news and all that jazz, as per usual, if I can enunciate correctly, I want to let you know what's going on for Girls on Games. So coming up this week, we're actually going to delay Indie Spotlight Night for 2 weeks because this is probably going to be our busiest 2 weeks of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Because of Montreal Comic-Con, we are going to be balls to the wall covering that. And then right after, the week after, is the ESWC CSGO finals here in Great All, Montreal.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So we're going to be all over that, and because of that, sleep is precious and going to be very limited. So we have to make sure that we get everything done that we need to get done for those two events. So sorry, but Indie Spotlight Night will be delayed for 2 weeks, but that's okay because we're still going to be feeding you with shit tons of content. Speaking of Montreal Comic-Con, I'm going to hold on to that because we've got Dan with us. So you'll get filled in on all the information, all the stuff we're going to be doing there. You can see there if you're going to be there. Stuff that you can see afterwards. We've got some really cool stuff happening for people who can't be at the con. We've actually got a pretty cool exclusive. So yeah, but before we get into all that, let's talk some hot news because some video game news did happen even though we're like just after E3, 2 weeks after E3. I feel like it's like the calm after the storm, really, when it comes to video game news.
Or before the storm.
Or before the storm.
For us, anyways.
Yeah, but that's just us, right?
That's
well, I
true.
guess
People are
the folks... Well, the folks, like I have been talking with some of the folks that are dealing with things for San Diego Comic-Con, and, you know, that's coming up in 2 weeks or so. So I can only imagine that they're in a full-on whirlwind, too. But Batman! Batman actually is having a little bit of problems, not on console, but on PC. There's actually been a lot of problems with the Batman version, Batman Arkham Knight, on PC, and WB and Rocksteady had to remove it, the physical and digital versions from store shelves.
Like,
have we ever seen this happen before?
Did they not playtest their
It's
games?
weird. It's really weird.
Like, I understand that you make a game for I'm a PC gamer, everybody knows that. But, like, I understand that you make games for console and you want to port them to PC. That's fine, I understand. But, like, do you not test the port that you make? Do you not see that it's ridiculous and it's broken and has that many issues? Do they test it on one of the developers' computers and like, it runs fine, you'll be fine? Like, what's their process? I understand that they want to make a quick amount of cash by releasing it on another platform, but, you know, I don't know, at least you're fucking WB and Rocksteady. You have the money to at least make it work when it comes out, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, coming from, like a web developer background, like, yes, of course, you're always going to run into issues with different computers and different operating systems and different browsers and all that kind of stuff. That's going to happen. But it's not shit broken everywhere.
That's what's happening right now.
But mind you, I'm playing it on PS4 and it's fucking beautiful and running like smooth as butter. So obviously that's where they put all their money and time and effort. But it just sucks because, you know, it's taking over more of the press than, you know, really we should be talking about how awesome Batman is because so far it's friggin' deadly. But yeah, it's taking over more of the press than it really should.
And it's so funny because like it was that big thing where like they announced like a new drivers for the car and like they're selling $500 video card, like the game comes with it, so you can really test the power of your card, and then you're stuck at 30 FPS. You can't go higher than that, and you keep getting bugs. It's like, what's the fucking point of buying a $500 video card if you're stuck at 30 FPS? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So
Unless you go and edit the INI file in some hidden directory somewhere.
exactly,
Yeah.
like,
You know
which is
exactly
fucking
what you're
stupid.
doing.
Who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
I would, but
it might not
I'll just
even
play it on
work.
Xbox.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it might
exactly.
not even work because you have games that you do that and it actually doubles the speed of the fucking game. I think Need for Speed
What,
was
like
it?
like what, like the game, like the people start talking faster? Like
Yeah.
Tim
No,
Well-
it broke the AI. I remember that.
Yeah.
You would, if you changed the frame rate, the cops would react faster, and it would actually make the game unplayable.
Well, yeah, and the game
Wow.
is actually runs twice as fast because you have
Yep.
twice as many frames to render in a second. So it's such a mess. Poor PC gamers. We're gonna get there eventually.
It does sound like a big blunder for a company like WB Games.
Yeah.
That's
There
too
you
bad.
go.
I've never heard of a company actually going and removing a game from store shelves though.
I've seen refunds being offered, but actually removing it,
Like preventing
remember.
people from buying it and yelling at them.
Yeah. And
Just,
this is
just
where
look at the comments on Steam. It's amazing.
well,
Yeah.
and this is where Steam refunds come in
comes in
awesome.
handy. Yeah.
Yep. So it's another one of those cases where maybe pre-ordering is not your best option. Yeah.
Never pre-order.
Sorry
Guys,
to
I'm talking to you
say.
guys. Never pre-order games.
Yeah, Chad is
Never.
saying that ET on Atari is pretty much the only. They say it's the only other case of where they removed a game. They actually recalled it.
Yeah, they recalled it. And
Not
that
entirely
was
true. They had to recall GTA Vice City, I think.
really?
Or sorry, San Andreas,
Oh,
when
wow.
it got the X rating, or the
Oh, that was
adults
because
only
it was
rating.
broken. It was that they
Yeah.
removed it because people didn't want to sell something that was that like.
Exactly. They had to pull it off shelves, and they had to reissue a new version of the discs.
Oh.
Well then. Oh my! More blunders. So that's all you can do. I mean, like I said, it's just too bad because Batman is good and people have been giving it good reviews, and poor PC folks are just.
I'm just gonna wait for it
Not-
to go cheap on Steam and then buy it at like $10 in 2 years.
Oh, it's gonna be worth it, dude. It's so freaking
Game
good.
of the Year edition.
Oh my god,
Definitely. That's what I'm
dude!
waiting
If it
for.
wasn't for the stupid blunder with the PC, it could easily be Game of the Year. Easy.
We'll see.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Because of this, I think it won't be.
Oh, okay, then that would hinder the.
Yes.
Well, we'll see. We'll see at
Yeah,
the end of the year.
that's
It's
it.
still early.
Another topic now. Let's talk about some Forza Motorsport 6, especially a limited edition, 1 terabyte, really pretty blue version with a hot paint job, and actually a sound effects that's coming out for the 10-year anniversary of Forza Motorsport.
Wow.
Xbox does this whole big thing. It comes with a really, really nice controller. You can actually buy the controller separately if
Is
you
it the
don't
new
want to
controller
buy.
or the old one?
Yes, it's the new one with the
Cool,
jack.
cool.
Not the like super expensive Pro controller,
Okay.
but the one that you don't need the special jack to plug in your headset.
Shit, I might pick that up.
Looks good.
That it's a really and it's blue. Catherine, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's not
like
like cheesy
it's the
or
same
anything.
color. It's the same color as the Ford GT that's on the cover.
Oh.
But the thing is, is that like, and this is one. This Xbox is 1 terabyte. Mine's only 500 gigabytes. Now, mind you, I only go with black for all my consoles, so I wouldn't even go blue anyway. But when you turn it on, the thing revs. Like, it starts the engine, and you turn it off, and it does too. I'm
That
like,
is so
squeak!
funny.
I'm like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's totally kitschy. It's totally awesome, but yeah. You'd have to go buy a new console. If you don't have a console yet, this is definitely the one to
I
buy.
don't have an Xbox, but I have to admit, this looks really fucking cool. I
It's
love the
like-
color. The color it's not corny or anything at all. Sometimes, like, they do special editions and, like, the color and the print are fucking ugly, but this is really good looking.
Yeah, it's got like the GT
Open
like
the-
racing stripes, but they're not like a different color. It's like
Matte.
it's like matte
Shiny versus matte.
gloss. Yeah, so it's really nice.
Put the link
And
in
that
there.
car they've got on the cover, oof. I love
And
it.
like Forza is the kind of franchise that people will buy an Xbox just to play that
Yeah,
franchise.
definitely.
So they're doing a good move. Like some people are probably just gonna get that and play Forza.
Dan,
out.
Dan, are you a driving game fan?
I wish I could say I was. I'm a fan of everything they do. It looks gorgeous. Like playing around with the cars looks amazing. I can't drive for crap.
Me neither. I'm terrible. Oh man,
Oh my God.
I'm playing the Batmobile in Batman right now, and people laugh at me because I'm so fucking bad at driving in video games.
If you
Yeah,
guys have a couple minutes, go watch Leah and Catherine play. What was that fucking game that you guys...
Horizon?
Oh my God, it's so funny. Like when you're
No, it was
chasing a
the
car-
crew.
Oh.
Was it the crew?
It was
No,
the crew.
Because
Oh,
you're chasing a
what?
car on the beach, and it's fucking funny to see you guys.
It was
like,
the crew.
Oh my
I'm
God.
terrible. I'm terrible. I can drive in real life. I can't drive in video games. Okay.
I need to give you a crash course because, like, at one point
So
you were
funny.
playing Watch Dogs and I was actually sitting next to you and you were putting the joystick forward, and I was just like, "What the fuck are you doing? You just hit the joystick when you want to turn. Like, if you're going straight, your finger should not be on the joystick. There should be no pressure."
My dad was in town, and I'm like, "Dad, you have to see this." And I was showing him Watch Dogs, and I was driving like a fucking maniac. And my dad was like, "You're never driving me around again." I'm like, "It's just in video games. I don't understand." Yeah. So that's why I don't review the driving games Catherine does.
It's like the worst possible challenge you could ever give for yourself. Play Grand Theft Auto and drive the speed limit.
I used to do that in Driver on the PS1. When Driver came out, that's what me and my friend would do. We would like drive, wait at red lights, and then
Okay,
put our blazer.
I think it was the first Mafia game. You had to drive the speed limit, or the cops would catch you.
Oh, that is so funny.
Raph is making fun of me.
Good.
Raph says I can't shoot.
It's
That's
true.
true too.
You can't.
Come on. What is this, like on Leah Day?
Hey, you're good at Rayman though, so that was
Yes,
fun.
I am good at Rayman. I can play puzzle games.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, cool. All right, speaking of something totally not against like about driving games or Batman, NHL 16 cover got released.
Ooh.
And this is for a bunch of firsts. First off, instead of having a competition like they did last year, I was voting for PK Subban to be on the front cover. This time they decided to release it at the NHL 2015 awards. Yeah. And now, okay, so this cover this year has a whole bunch of firsts. The first is that it now features two guys instead of one. It has Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane for the Chicago Blackhawks, who just won the Stanley Cup. It also features the Stanley Cup, so it's the first time the Stanley Cup has been on the cover of NHL. And it's the first time one athlete has been on the cover multiple times. So that would be Kane. He was actually on NHL 2010. It's also the first time, in my opinion, that the cover has looked illustrated this shittily, but that's just me. It looks terrible. They look like cartoon characters. Am I crazy?
It's horrible. Yeah,
Am I crazy?
It's horrible. It's the worst cover I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that they want to go with the play with your friends and play, couch co-op is back and EA SHL is back and all that stuff, but it's just such a horrible fucking picture, and it's photoshopped even more horribly. So
Dude, it's terrible. Terrible.
What's
No, they're illustrated.
Elbows.
I know, I don't understand. Like, Taze's elbow is like fucking weirdly, I don't know, I don't understand.
It's creepy. It's like they took the models, policed them, and then photoshopped shittily on top of that.
That looks
Weird.
weird, like with two lens flares and like a blur filter in the back. I can fucking do that, and I suck at Photoshop.
I would
You know
have
how
failed
Kat-
my class.
You know how Kat and I feel about lens flares.
Yeah, it's true. I'm sorry.
Like these blurs effects and these lens flare and everything, I would have given that in my Photoshop class when I started graphic design school, and they would be like, "Yeah,
That sucks.
rethink your career." Fuck. Sorry,
Ugh.
my 2 cents.
I'm
Dad,
still
you
excited
see
for
it?
16, but the cover sucks. I put it in the chat.
Dan, did you see the cover?
I'm checking it. It's I can't find a good quality version of it, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's all shitty looking.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
It's not the quality you can't find. That is the quality. That's what it looks like.
Funny.
Still excited for NHL 16 though, but that because I'm a
Well-
stupid, gullible person.
Now, were you excited about NHL 16 because you're actually going to get the proper version of 15 you should have got with all the...
I mean, I understand that they're a really small team because EA doesn't want to put money into hockey because it just doesn't sell that much.
Yep.
So yeah, 15
But
was
it's Canada.
15 was super. Yeah, well, even at E3, like there was a minute trailer, then we're done talking about it. Like nobody
they
gave
showed
a
it.
shit. Yeah, but
They showed it.
They showed each year. Nobody gives a shit each year. So, but yeah, I think 16 is gonna be the game that 15 should have been. And I think that we're gonna have to wait until 17 to actually see what next gen consoles are capable to do for a hockey game. But I think 16 is gonna be fun anyways. I'm gonna buy it. I always fucking do because I'm an idiot. But whatever.
Oh, it's NHL.
Yeah.
Looks like Nintendo is taking actions to make early access. So essentially, what's popped up is some graphics on how Nintendo might potentially give us beta versions and stuff, and use us as testing ground, like Steam does, for games, which is kind of interesting.
So
But
much money to be
I
made.
doubt it will ever be first party games. It'll probably be just, like indie games and stuff like that. Smaller studios working on things, but you're not going to see the next Super Mario Brothers at early
No,
access.
definitely not.
No, no.
I think early access is just as bad as pre-ordering, because you're giving money to a game that's still being developed and that could forever be in development.
You know
A la
what?
DayZ, that's always gonna be in
They
development.
should pay you because essentially you are their beta tester and
Yeah.
guinea pigs and Q&A.
No, but it should be proper betas. I like you're interested in the game, you sign up, you get a free copy of it, and then you give your feedback. So actually having to buy the game to play the beta, I mean, it's good for companies, maybe for smaller companies, because they have a prototype out, they want people to try it, they want people to see it, they want to get enough money to continue making the game and continue working on it.
Mm.
But I don't know, for like bigger games and companies like Nintendo, like they don't need the money, so why early access? Just do a proper
Yeah.
beta and get people to play it and then see how it goes.
But is the early access a bit like the one for Kerbal Space Program, where like if you bought the game when it was developed, like Pascal got it for $10, and
No, it's
he got
40.
every update, and he got the full game for $10 in early access, but he didn't have to pay to get the full version once it was out. He got
Well,
every
that's
update.
that's what I've got for Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. Is where you're essentially buying into it, and every time they update, you get it's like you've got the full version of the game. It's just that you're going in early to like play things that could potentially be broken and give feedback.
But do you pay a lower price than once it's released?
That's the model that
Mm,
Microsoft is using on Xbox One.
I'm
You
not
pay
sure.
You pay less.
You pay
Yeah.
less? Because that's what Minecraft and Kerbal
Yeah,
Space
that makes
Program did,
sense.
because they were like the two first games that were really into this micropayment system. Because like Simon, I don't know how much you paid, but Pascal got Minecraft for I think $5.
Yeah, same
And
thing. When I bought it, it was
and,
$5. Yeah.
and Kerbal Space Program he got for 10, and now the game is like 60 or
Yeah.
50.
No, I don't play KSP.
Mm.
He's crazy like that.
I know. Nerd.
Closet rocket
Super
scientist.
nerd.
Super nerd indeed. Speaking of super nerds, Pokemon credit cards exist in Japan. Where's mine? Look, my husband has and I'm sorry, but he has a Toronto Maple Leaf debit card. Sorry, I'm a Habs fan. He's a Leafs fan. I don't know how it works, but it does.
And you live in
Where's
Montreal?
I know. Well, he's from Ontario. Where is my Pokemon credit card?
I would.
I would pay money.
If you could like customize your Pokemon in the back, I would. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, well, I'd take the one Pikachu one on any day. That I'd be quite all right with that.
Yeah, it's true.
Quite all right.
Yeah, it's
Quite
true.
all right. And last but not least on our list here today, remember that Fallout fan who, after Fallout 4 got announced, sent or shipped a box of 2,000 bottle caps to Bethesda?
That's crazy.
He's getting the game! That's a lucky
You
bastard.
better get the collector's
He
edition.
should. He should.
The
That
first
just,
and last
like,
time
looks
they'll let
funny.
that happen.
Exactly. He's
But,
smart.
hey.
He's fucking smart.
First, hashtag first. So,
Yeah.
like, why not?
And
And he made the news, and he made like all these different accounts and social media and Polygon and IGN and GameSpot and all that jazz. So like, yeah, props to that man.
Good for him. Good for him.
But how long was he saving bottle caps for? Just waiting for the day that Fallout 4 was going to get announced.
2,000. That's.
I can imagine being his significant other being like, really? 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 Why do you have a box of bottle caps?
If you.
What are you going to do this? Can I just recycle this?
If you respect the gamer that your SO is, then you don't mind. We do crazy things for our games, so it's fine.
Oh my. Very
And
true.
it's great press for them too. I gotta
Oh
say.
yeah.
For
Oh yeah, it's
sure.
amazing press.
For sure, it's
Amazing
free press almost. They send the game. It's like $100 to the guy, and then everybody's talking about how Bethesda's cool and how Bethesda's like, yeah, they're good guys, and they give him free stuff. And
I mean, you look at Gearbox giving away copies of Borderlands to everyone at PAX, or everyone at the PAX panel. You know,
Yeah.
they can afford to give away games.
Of
Oh
course,
yeah,
of
totally.
course.
What did they give away? Didn't they give figurines or something away at the Bethesda one? Didn't they give little versions of
At
the
the
Pip
E3?
dude? Yeah.
I don't remember.
When people walked out, I remember that, and everybody like lost their minds, and then they were having like limited edition ones or limited numbers that they were giving away on social media afterwards that people could
I know
win.
there's a pin set that they did.
Something like that. I'll have to ask Jay Acevedo from Ubisoft because he was there. Yeah, he took a picture with Pip afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, it's awesome! I'm jealous. I want to go to E3." So yeah, that pretty much clears up the hot news. It wasn't a crazy news week, like I said, 2 weeks after E3. It's not, nothing nuts. But remind y'all in the chat if you got any questions for us, throw them into chat because our crew here will keep track of them and we'll answer them at the end. Because I'm sure you might have some questions for dear old Dan here about Montreal Comiccon, which is our main topic today because it's actually happening in what, 5 days, 4 days? I can't keep track. Oh my god.
I start work tomorrow. Well, I've been working already, but
Wow.
okay.
Are you setting up?
Officially-
Are you setting up tomorrow?
No, setup starts first thing Thursday, but officially the show starts at noon on Friday.
Woo! So exciting! So exciting! So Dan, you're the man with all the know. So tell us about Montreal Comic Con and let folks know how it differs from other cons around North America.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's a comic convention, which you would normally think involves comics, which it does. We have more comic guests this year than ever before. We have 14 guests that we're bringing in from various parts of the world. Plus, and this is where we get a little different, is we're also bringing in BD artists, bande dessinée artists from France, as well as the French cast of The Simpsons and other, the kind of things that only make sense in Quebecois culture.
Mm-hmm.
And these are, I mean, the French cast of The Simpsons are amazing. They're, but no one would ever know of them anywhere else. Another big push that we're doing this year is gaming, tabletop gaming and video gaming. We're doing a dedicated tabletop room on our 7th floor. It's free play, tournaments, demos. For the very first time ever, we have Ubisoft taking the stage.
Cool.
They will be right dead center in the middle of our show floor and showing off some Canadian exclusives. The very first time ever that people will get to demo Rainbow Six Siege, and the very first time ever that people will get to play Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm sorry, I forgot. Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Syndicate.
It's the demo the playable demo that they had at E3. It will be playable in Canada for the very first time at Montreal Comiccon.
That's super exciting.
There is the Ubisoft zone on the 5th floor. You'll pardon me if I don't recall the exact room number, but it is a dedicated room. It is basically a miniature Assassin's Creed convention.
Cool.
Go there. It's going to be awesome.
That's cool.
AKA Catherine and I and Lee are going to live there. When they're not at panels doing things and hosting stuff, Kat and Leah will be like there drooling.
And I can't forget too is we're going to be showcasing a fair quantity of our local talent, the indie developers from Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
We have something like 20 to 25 indie developers in our indie alley, which we sort of premiered last year. It was a beta test, we'll call it. This year it's a much bigger thing. We have guides, we have people that will help you with your indie experience, and we have an indie showcase, which I believe you guys may have some part in.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool things going on at Montreal Comic Con. Catherine and I are going to be super busy. The whole team's going to be busy because there is a ton of panels happening. And Kat and I are actually hosting a whole bunch of panels. Many folks know we've mentioned that we've been trying to organize a live Girls on Game podcast, live and in real life, we called it. Because obviously this is always digital for everybody. So yeah, we are hosting a panel. It's happening on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. We have a Facebook group going if you want to sign up. It's in room 512, I think. Something like that. It's all in the guidebook. So along with that, though, we've been asked to host a lot of things, and one of them, our buddies at Multijour asked Catherine and I to host the Creators Night. That is what Dan's talking about for the indie games. That's happening Friday night. It runs from 9 until 11, where it's like a demo night where devs will get up on stage and give them a playable run through of their wares, their games. And then from 11 to 12, it's kind of schmooze time with a few drinks and stuff, where you get to meet some of those devs, see what they do, ask some questions, get some insider scoops, meet some media folks, see what's up, and it should be really cool. Yeah,
that's really
really
awesome.
cool. So yeah.
I want to talk a bit more about the indie corner or the indie row, whatever the heck you're
Indie Alley.
In the
Indie
alley,
Alley.
that's the one. Thank you. So like, what exactly is it? Like 20 developers from Montreal that are there showcasing their games with like
Precisely
PCs
that.
and controls you can actually play, or they're just there, you know, with pictures and stuff from their games.
Well, we made a point of every booth gets electricity, so we expect the developers that will show up and be demoing their games, full playable demos. I've seen a few of them in action already. There's platformers, puzzle games, card games, just a whole variety. I mean, it's Montreal. The creativity is born here, you know. And we'll have an info booth with a little map that'll tell you all about all the developers that are there.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gonna be
nice to
awesome.
highlight. It's really cool to see the indies and the AAAs all come together in one happy place known as Montreal Comiccon.
And I feel like I should mention as well that we have, as much as we took a shot at them earlier, WB Games
Right.
on the floor.
Hey, it's not there. Look, the rest of the game is good. The game is good.
The game is excellent, and they're going to be bringing some really cool stuff for us this year, and BioWare as well.
Mm-hmm. Did some Mass Effect action. Actually, speaking of BioWare and Mass Effect, there is a panel happening Saturday morning with the voice actors of Mass Effect. Another one that Kat and I are hosting. Yay!
Mark Mir and Raphael Sparge, I assume.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We were asked to host that panel, do the Q&A. So yeah, if you want to come check out some Mass Effect stuff, especially with the voice actors that play the wonderful Commander Shepard, being Mark Mir, that'll be a lot of fun too. So that's at like 11 a.m. on Saturday
Kate
morning.
Nolenko.
Ooh, yes, indeed. Yeah, I think there's an additional voice actor on that panel too. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Raphael Sparge.
Raphael Savarge and Steve Bloom, too.
Steve Bloom, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
legend.
that's
the
Steve
gonna
Bloom
be
legend.
is
That's gonna-
Wolverine.
yes, that's gonna be a full packed panel. I'm working on my questions and stuff for that now, and I'm like don't know how I'm gonna handle it because you've got a very finite, very definite amount of time that you have to work with. And like I could do a panel with each person individually, but
Yeah.
no,
And
I gotta
you
mash
have
it
to
all in
be-
one.
Really careful it doesn't devolve into questions about Once Upon a Time.
I know. Yeah, it's gonna be fun times, indeed. So, video game jeez, I can't talk today. Video
Have
game
another
presence.
sip of wine, Leia.
It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Video game presence this year is going to be at Max. There is the ESWC Canadian qualifiers.
Yeah, that is really really cool. I'm glad that you guys are hosting it at
Yep.
Comic-Con. That's really cool. Do you know if it's going to be broadcasted live at the same time?
We will be broadcasting. Yes, they will be streamed, I believe, in English and in French, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Sorry, the ESWC folks are going to be there
Yes.
doing all that. Okay,
Yeah,
is
that
it
will
the
be
same-
that will be on Sunday. Yeah.
Is it the same team that are going to be at the finals here in Montreal?
Yes, I mean this is the qualifier for that final.
Okay, perfect.
So
That's
I
really cool.
believe they're bringing in four themes, and there'll be exhibition, or the matches will be screened locally and online.
Wow,
I'm
that's
super excited for that. It's going to be cool. There's actually I know a couple of the teams and we're in contact with them already, so we can try and meet them and see what's going on. But it's going to be cool to actually see a live video game event at Comic-Con along with. I think there's a couple actually. Can you tell us what the live events are this year?
We are also. Excuse me, just a moment.
No problem.
We're also just doing we are doing a Super Smash Brothers tournament. We're doing Smash 4 and Melee, I believe.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing two brackets of 128 players,
Wow.
and a fairly significant prize pool in both cases. I believe we may stretch over $1,000 per game.
Wow.
That's pretty good for the winner.
Yes. Oh well, no. That's the prize pool.
Oh, okay,
overall. So it's divided. I can't recall the percentages.
Okay.
And we're looking pretty good there. I think we're already pretty close to filling all of those brackets. So if you want to get involved, you should probably look into it right now because the sign up is online. And we also have Pokemon League essentially. So you can come in and battle the gym masters.
What?
That's cool.
So
That's
there's
so cool.
I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm not that familiar with Pokemon, but however many gym leaders there are, you will sit and
There's
battle
8.
through them.
Well,
Wow.
there's 8 gym leaders, and you have the Elite Four, then you have the champion.
Yeah. I don't know if they're doing the Elite Four.
Okay.
I don't know all the details. I know that they are set up to have you battle the 8 gym leaders as you,
That is so cool.
and if you complete it, you may get a unique pin for gym leader badge.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's
do you get
cool.
your badge at the end?
Yeah.
When oh, that is so cool.
That's really cool.
Fuck, I'm
Now I
gonna-
gotta go get my Pokemon
Oh,
back
Jesus
up to
Christ.
snuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk by to get my street passes.
I have. Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Have your DSs on you and make sure you have your street passes.
Be
running.
careful because the max is 10 at the same time, so you have to
Yeah.
go
So like
acknowledge
walk for an hour.
Yeah.
Open your DS.
Uh,
Save a bunch. Close it up and go again. Indeed.
them. Oh, that's really cool.
Oh man, it's gonna be a hell of a year, and it's the 30th anniversary of Super Mario. You
Yeah, it's
guys
gonna be,
have like the best guest
Charles
when it
Martinet.
comes to Super Mario Brothers. Charles Martinet.
Yes.
That's such a get.
Yes.
Such a get.
Charles is fantastic, and he is the easiest, most approachable guest we've ever had.
Really?
Really?
Very easy to talk to and very appreciative. You bring him anything Mario related, he will love you.
Wow.
But I should also point out Veronica Taylor,
Yes. Ash.
the voice of Ash from Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Nintendo, she's fantastic as well.
Yeah, she's
What-
got her panel on at 6:15 on Friday. And here's a little inside scoop too. Another one that Kat and I are hosting, along with Charles. We got the inside scoop on hosting all the video game coverage this year. Lucky us. Guess we got the party faces to do so. But yeah, no, that's gonna be her panel on Friday is gonna be awesome. I've been watching a lot of her coverage, and she seems like the most genuinely sweetest individual. And she's super excited to like meet all the Pokemon fans and you know hear the stories about people and their connections with Pokemon and all this stuff, and she loves it. She genuinely looks like she loves it.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to when you're the voice of Ash.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like the people that like adore Pokemon, then I guess you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, that's going to be a good panel. So that's on Friday, and then Charles is 11 a.m. on Sunday. That's going to be a full pack panel, I'm sure. Pro tip, if you want to go check out Charles's stuff, he has an amazing Instagram account where he actually has like figurines of Mario and Luigi, and he like puts them in scenarios and acts out their voices, and it's priceless. I love it. And Catherine and I, when we went to E3 there 2 years ago, we you remember this, Kat? We get on the airplane in Vancouver to go to LA, and there's a gentleman sitting there in first class, and he's got a Mario tie on, and the two of us were like, oh my god, he must going to E3 too! And it didn't dawn on us. And then we sat back in the back, and then the stewardess came back, and they were like, yes, that's the voice of Mario. And he says hello. And we were like, what? No!
I'm guessing that's the reaction he gets all the time. Like when he does a Mario voice and people don't expect it, they'll be like, "What the fuck is Mario?"
Yeah, you don't expect that because he's he's totally approachable. Went up and shook his head afterwards, and yeah, he's a very nice gentleman.
That's really cool.
And the trick is to figure out how many different characters he plays in the Mario universe.
Oof, it's unbelievable.
There's
he must
a
have
lot.
a lot that he does.
Well, off the top of my head, I know he does Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, and Toad.
Oh,
Don't forget the baby versions.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does all the baby versions too, so then we're getting complicated. And then outside of that, all the other video game characters he plays too. I believe he plays the dragon in Skyrim.
Yeah,
Yes.
the leader of the Greybeards,
He
which
plays-
is like
what's his fucking
a
name?
couple of octaves below
Just a
Ariel.
smidgen and less
You know, you
accent.
go from "It's me" to "Dovahkiin."
Well, I mean, voice actors have such a range that he can do that he's a pro. So anything you ask him to do, I'm sure he can do. So
Indeed. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Comic-Con, special events, anything like that, Dan, that you want to highlight what's going on? Did we
Oh,
miss
no, you put me
anything?
on the spot.
Did we miss anything?
We are, of course, talking about Doctor Who, though. If we want to throw that
Ooh.
in, we have a Doctor Who Companions event.
Yep.
So we're doing that special. And actually, speaking of video games, I should also highlight the Final Fantasy concert.
yes,
Yes.
definitely.
We have it's the chamber music version. It's a bit smaller, a bit more intimate, but it's amazing. We had them in Ottawa. It's a really, really good event, and I highly suggest checking it out.
We
It's-
definitely will have someone there.
Yeah, for sure. And I know on another side, for those girls and maybe guys who like guys, Jason Momoa is going to be there too. So all the girls will be standing there drooling over that man.
Yeah, if
Good
he
looking
stands
man.
still for, he is he's difficult to keep track of.
Yes, indeed. I remember him being at the show booth there. Was it 2 years ago he was there? I want to say.
2 years ago.
Yeah, we were talking Game of Thrones with him, with Jason Rockman from Showm, and I remember filming that, being around, and that was quite interesting. And seeing the swarm of people that trail him.
Yes.
Oh my. Keeping on Comic-Con, I wanted to ask you all, since we've all been to a few cons and things, so getting on to topic number 2, I want to know your favorite convention moments. And Dan, when I had brought this up to you earlier, kind of giving you a rundown of what we were going to talk about on the podcast, you actually had a really, really cool one. So you get to go first.
It went okay. Okay. So the idea is, it was essentially that I got to share a beer with Will Wheaton,
Whedon, of course.
yeah, he had designed the beer, and I had worked with him and our dedicated brewmaster at Ottawa Comiccon to have this beer created exclusively for Ottawa Comiccon.
Wow.
So, Patrick is an amazing brewmaster. He did a really good job with it, and I got to cheers with Will and have his beer with him. Yeah.
So, like, how do you approach Will Wheaton and say, we would like to create a beer with you? Or did he approach you guys? Or,
That's
like, how did that go?
almost exactly how that went. The thing was, I tried a few years prior,
Okay.
because he's been to Ottawa Comic Con twice. It was 3 years prior, I believe. We tried to bring him in, and we were working on. It's something that I always thought about because I knew Will is really big into craft brewing. He works for Stone Brewing in the States. He makes Woot Stout. He has his own mini beer convention alongside San Diego Comic Con every year.
Wow.
Yeah, which is amazing. So you might think he likes beer a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's something I proposed, and we worked on it, and just the brewery we were working with, whatever, the communication didn't work, and it fell apart.
Okay.
Since then, in the years after, we started this partnership with Clock Tower Brew Pub in Ottawa. They're really cool. They're local. They produce fast, which was a big thing because they were able to produce a huge amount of beer for us. And it turns out it all got drunk at the Ottawa Comic Con last year.
Cool.
And they were just aghast. Like how many beer drinkers are at Ottawa Comic Con? It's amazing. So now we have this successful relationship, and we know the guy can make beer. So the only thing to do is try again. So I messaged Will, I messaged Patrick, we put them together, and they talked beer stuff that is way over my head for a couple weeks, and this amazing beer came out. And I was just really, really happy that my idea finally came to fruition.
That is
So-
really cool.
What did this beer taste like? How was it different from others?
It is a Hefeweizen. It's
Okay.
a summer beer, a bit spicy, a bit. The title is Hefewheaton.
Of course.
That is Anne Wheaton's suggestion, I believe.
His wife?
Yes.
Nice.
And of course she put. I don't know if you're aware of her practices, but she's part of the vandalize movement, where she puts googly eyes on things
That's
Oh.
awesome.
to make them look like people. It's amazing.
That's funny. That's
So
funny.
yeah, so she vandalized everything around the beer booth. It was phenomenal.
That is funny.
Yeah,
Oh my
I wish I could find those pictures, but yeah, it's just that you invite her, you have Will and Anne to a convention, and then you just walk around looking to see what she's done. Because you'll find googly eyes in the strangest places.
That's awesome. That's a great story. So that was Ottawa Comic Con last year?
This year.
This year. Okay,
Yeah,
so in May.
In May. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, we got our first proper celebrity beer, and it went amazing. Like we sold out before the end of Sunday. Yeah.
Wow. So for those that don't know, Montreal Comiccon has two sister cons. One that happens in Ottawa, usually around the early May, and then there's also Quebec Comic Con. Now, when does that one usually happen?
Quebec Comic Con, our first year was last year, and we do it in October. We're sort of aiming for Halloween-ish, but it depends on what the convention center has available.
Okay, and that one's much more French language centric, correct?
Yes, of course.
Because it's over in Quebec City.
It's in Quebec. We do what we can, and what we've discovered, they love cosplay there. They adore cosplay there. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
More than in any other city in Canada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, based on our experience, I mean, we'll see how things go this year, but I'm pretty sure it'll stand up.
Awesome.
Probably don't have as many occasions to cosplay as we do in Montreal or in Ottawa.
That's true. That's true.
Well, it's also
Otaku Con and Anime North and all that jazz.
It's also the types of conventions that have been popular in Quebec City so far. Cape and Kimono, Nadeshi Con. They're all anime-focused conventions, so they're more predisposed to cosplay.
Wow.
They've never really had a pop culture convention like Montreal Comiccon to date.
Okay. Cool. Well, we should be after this con is over, we'll be waiting to hear about the next one in Ottawa. Or sorry, Quebec City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me a week to sleep.
Okay, cool. We will. We won't bug you until then.
Yeah.
Catherine, how about you? What's your highlight con moment?
Well, for me, it has to be E3, just because we went that one time.
That one time. It's going to happen again. Just you wait.
It was
Won't
magical.
get married again.
Yeah. It was magical. Well, it was also a special year because we went the year that the PS4 and the Xbox One was coming out.
Yeah.
Right.
So we had a lot, and the Wii U had just come out, and they had a lot of nice games to try. And
Like, I was there the year the GameCube came out.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
The
But yeah.
GameCube. Jesus Christ.
I might have just dated myself really
Yeah.
bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, I just remember it like just being such a sensory overload and such an amazing experience, and having to meet like a lot of people that we deal with working for the blog. We deal with a lot of people out of Toronto. They're not often in Montreal, and we finally got to meet a lot of the people we email with. And it was just amazing. It was just all over the place. It was a blur.
It was a blur, wasn't it?
Fell
Simo, how
asleep
about
at
you?
1 a.m. on a laptop.
That's true. At one point, I'm just like, Catherine? She's out, cold.
Gone.
Laptop on my lap still, like,
How about you, Simo?
But
What's your favorite con moment?
I think it's good exhaustion. It's like good thing. It's happy exhaustion, which is
Happy pain.
the best kind.
Happy pain. Simo, how about you?
To me, it's gonna have to be 2 years ago actually, because it was actually the first time that I actually went to one of those big conventions. I went to Comic-Con 2 years ago, and it was one of the first ones that I went, and it was for my bachelor's party.
Nice.
I got married 2 years ago. I wasn't even supposed to go 2 years ago. I'm like, oh, it's happening, but whatever. And then it was on the Saturday. I get woken up at 8 in the morning. Everybody in my fucking wedding party is around my bed while I'm sleeping. And I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? And like get dressed, we're going to Comic-Con. I was like, what? So yeah, so that was really cool. We got to spend the whole day there with everybody. I met Edward James Olmos from Battlestar Galactica. Super nice guy. He was super nice, so cool. I got to picture sign and everything with him.
Seriously intense penmanship.
I know.
Really?
He's really
Yeah,
good. Actually.
you have to see how he signs an autograph. It's
Oh,
unbelievable.
Oh.
he's like so meticulous, but like it's turns out so well, and it's no he was like super nice and really happy. And I had a shirt from The Office. One of the characters, Dwight, he likes three things: Bears, Beats, and Battlestar Galactica, and that was my T-shirt. He's like, "What's your T-shirt?" He didn't even know what it was. I'm like, he either didn't know or he was just humoring me for my T-shirt. So. But it was funny trying to explain to him, well, there's this character in The Office, the TV show, and he's really fucking weird, and he likes Battlestar and Beats and Bears. I'm not sure you really understood, but it was a great moment, and it was, yeah, so far it was really an amazing moment for me. And the night that followed was also very nice.
Cool. So it's a wrapped all good package.
Oh, it was really fun. I had a really good time.
Sweet. My favorite moment a few years back, a friend and I did the TV commercial for Montreal Comiccon. And as payment, the only thing I asked for was to meet my idol, Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
So yeah, I got to shake the hand of
Shake the man.
shake the man. I could have shaken the man.
I love you so much.
No. Shake the hand of the man that played Captain Picard. Yeah, he was awesome, so gentlemanly, so very proper. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get to go see him again at Just for Laughs, because I saw a commercial the other day, and
Yeah,
apparently he's coming for Just for Laughs.
Which is
That's
weird.
going to be funny.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Is he a funny guy? I don't see
Can
him
be,
as a
yes.
funny.
He's a thespian.
Well-
He's a proper, like, Shakespearean thespian.
Bear in mind, Shatner hosted a gala a couple years ago too.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
no, if you watch some of the like behind the scenes from TNG, he was pretty like he did a lot of jokes, and
Okay.
apparently he walked up to Will Wheaton once and goes like, in the times of yore, it was customary for like the younger men of the crew to service the captain.
Service the captain. Wow.
He said that to teenage Will Wheaton. Oh, you
And
got
Will
to
Wheaton
find
must have been like-
YouTube it. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's gonna be good. Well, I must say, I am super, super stoked
Yeah.
for Montreal Comic-Con happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Palais de Congrès right here in Montreal. If you're in town, you gotta come check it out. If you're not here this year, we'll fill you in on all the juicy details, and you gotta come next year and come hang. Want to let y'all know, in case you missed out, all the stuff that we're involved in. We have our podcast. We're doing Girls on Games live and in real life, because this is always digital, and we want to get a chance to meet everybody and shake people's hands and give them hugs and all that jazz. It's happening Saturday at 3 p.m. All the info on what room and stuff is on the Montreal Comic Con website and in the guidebook and schedule and all that jazz. Catherine and I are also going to be hosting on Friday the Veronica Taylor panel and the Curators Night, which has been put off by our friends over at Multijoueur. We're also hosting Saturday morning the Mass Effect voice actors panel, and we're going to be introing the wonderful Mr. Mario himself, Charles Burnett. So that's going to be awesome. Plus, everybody's going to be running around, going to panels, buying things, seeing stuff. We're also going to have some Girls on Games t-shirts for sale, so keep a lookout for that.
Swag.
Swag.
So yeah, they are getting printed as we speak.
Yeah.
We're actually doing a joint project with Montreal-based designer Electrek. We're going to have them for sale on her website as well. But first round is going to be straight up Girls on Games logo, black with a silver print. Going to be very, very slick with some cool other designs coming out later, and we might need your help on choosing those designs. So yeah, we will let you know where you can go pick them up at the con, and then if you're not going to be at the con, how to buy them online. But yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. Go to the convention, have tons of fun, take pictures, say hi to us if you see us. We love you all, so we always want to meet you.
We're gonna be saying on Twitter most and half the time where everybody is, so that if you want to see someone in particular, that you can go to.
Exactly.
Saturday and
If
see
not,
people.
the Shome booth is our home base,
Yes.
because Shome is the
Sister,
spirit of rock.
brother.
And yeah, so we'll be hanging out there when we are not at panels and things. So yeah, come say hi. Dan, thank you for coming to hang with us.
Thank you so much.
It's been awesome. Thank you for putting off a convention that's going to be so video game heavy.
Yeah.
So happy.
That's the only way I could run a convention.
All right.
Perfect.
Love it. Love it. So if you want to learn more about Montreal Comiccon, go to montrealcomiccon.com. Check it out. There are still tickets for sale. So go check all that out. Not many. So yeah, get on that.
Only a few VIP passes I saw, like 10 or 6 left. It's not that much.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. Yeah, it's filling up, and all the special events, things like there's a Kevin Smith special event panel talk Friday night as well. If you want in on that, the tickets are all
Friday
on the
night
site.
through Saturday morning.
Whoa.
No, Kevin has a habit of going long. We'll just say, which is fantastic. We are going to try and set a curfew for him, but
Good luck.
who knows if he's actually going to stick to it. I have been at a talk of his in Toronto where he went 5.5 hours.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
So I guess
Just
it's worth
just
the money.
him and a microphone, and he killed it. It was amazing.
Wow.
is that the one that was on DVD?
It was sort of cut up into one of those DVDs. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
I think
that.
it was the second or third DVD. They cut it down
Yeah, it's the
because there
second.
were some repeat stories, I guess,
Yeah, the first
or
one.
stories that he couldn't publish.
Yeah, the first one that was in London. The second one is in Toronto. And those
Yeah.
DVDs, like if you're a Kevin Smith fan, you just got to watch them. They're hilarious.
Just
Sweet.
listen to his talk about Prince. That's all you need to know.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, now I'm gonna have to go check that out. So yeah, if you want, go to MontrealComiccon.com for tickets. You can follow them on Twitter. You can follow them on Facebook. All that jazz. If you go to Montreal Comic Con website too, you can also get all the updates about Ottawa and Quebec City Comic Con if you can't make it to Montreal. Yeah, so that's it for our podcast. Thank you everybody. If you want to learn more about Girls on Games, you can track us down at girlsongames.ca. Follow us at The Girls on Games on Twitter, Girls on Games on Instagram, The Girls on Games on Facebook, Girls on Games on YouTube. We're always here Monday nights at 8 p.m. talking about video games and shit. And Comic-Con and ESWC and all these crazy things that happen in our wonderful city. Yeah, is there anything else? Oh yeah, this is on iTunes. You can subscribe to us and get the audio. The video goes up on YouTube, and that's The Girls on Games on YouTube. And yeah, if you see us at Montreal Comic Con, holler at us, come over, give us a hug, shake our hands. We want to take a picture with you. It's going to be lots of fun. And we'll see you all there at the con.
All right.
Have a great one, guys. See you later.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.